Well, Christmas is over, so it's time to roll into the next holiday. Everybody get ready for Valentine's Day restocks. Yay! Hi guys, it's Astrid. Welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be reacting to some Valentine's Day restock TikToks because the restock influencers will not stop, and therefore I will not stop talking about how ridiculous they are. It is a very vicious cycle, what can I say? If you're into this kind of anti-consumerism content and de-influencing stuff, make sure you hit that subscribe button and like this video to support our cute little channel as it grows. And with that, let's get straight into our first TikTok. Okay, this very first one was posted 2 days ago. For context, it's January 15th that I'm filming this, and this was posted 2 days ago. So we are getting ahead of the curve on the Valentine's Day restock. And this just says home restock. But of course, it looks a little Valentine's Day inspired if you don't mind me saying so. So anyway, let's go ahead and watch this one together. That is the end of that one. Let's go through it together, shall we? Well, first of all, we have this special container to put our strawberry lemonade in because it came in a container, but of course it's not cute enough for the creator, which is funny because it's like they're both see-through. You're both pulling them out of your fridge just to pour a drink, but of course, again, so that you can it's for the video. It's for the video. That could be said about all these things, so I'll try not to say it over and over again. Of course, we have the pour from way up high. This is this aesthetic thing that these creators do. I don't know about you, but if I'm gonna pour something, like I'm probably like, if this is the brim, I'm probably pouring like this close, but they're gonna pour it from like way up here because they want that like splashing effect. It just like, I'm pretty sure she's not filling up that entire thing with that juice container. So like, where are you putting this extra juice container? Do these creators who do the restock content, A, throw out the extra, which would be extra wasteful, or B, do they have like their aesthetic fridge and then they have like the non-aesthetic fridge with the leftovers that they don't fit into these aesthetic containers? Is that what's happening? I don't know. I just think it's funny because like, okay, so like the restocking, like let's see how practical we are here. So now we're gonna move on to, we've got kisses and like Hershey little hearts, and we're gonna fill up a thing of that. Okay, now we've got pasta that's heart-shaped. Cute, yes, it is cute. But also, I'm wondering again, like, are you gonna have to store that little plastic bag somewhere, or did that, because I just don't see that perfectly filling it up just so. We have a butter dish. Butter dishes are wonderful, but we don't need to have a butter dish that is specifically themed for Valentine's Day. Also, is it just me, or is that stick of butter really oddly shaped? Are my butter sticks not trendy? I don't know. And then we have these Valentine's Day fortune cookies, which cracks me up because I'm like, hooray, a cookie that tastes like an old man's ear. Not really, I actually do mind, I don't mind a fortune cookie, but that's a quote from Kickin' It. But these ones are red, and why are we restocking fortune cookies? For vibes, I guess, just for vibes, you know. Of course, a influencer favorite, we have the Alani energy drinks, which you can see are being restocked into a fridge that already has the Bloom Pop and other Alani drinks. So we know exactly the type of person that we're dealing with here, just based on that shot alone. Was it silly? Yes, I think it's silly. They always say restock, and I'm like, yes, chocolate is an essential. However, are you, actually these creators probably are, I was going to say, are you having chocolate that is themed just with every single holiday? But probably, we're probably gonna see this again with like St. Patrick's Day in like, what, a month or so? And then again for Easter and so on and so forth. I just think it's funny because it's like we're restocking juice, chocolate, pasta, and then butter, which I would say does count as a true restock item. I have to do this all the time. I have to refill the butter in my butter dish. But then fortune cookies and energy drinks. Like, I guess it's not a grocery restock, you know, it just says home restock. And if that's what's important to you, then, you know, I guess, sure. But don't let this convince you that this is how most people are restocking when they do a restock, because it's just not. It's not happening. It's not happening for me. Is it happening for you? Okay, let's move on to our second little TikTok. This one also says Valentine home restocks. Let's see what is very essential for this person in their restocking. Okay, I feel like I can have a little bit more sympathy for this one being considered a restock. I don't know about you, because like, at least we're restocking, I don't know, like it's not all just like cookies and chocolate, but like maybe that does count as a restock for Valentine's Day because it's all about chocolate, you know? I don't know, guys, I don't know. So the honey thing, I'm like, is this actually, like, obviously it's cute, but like, is it actually, like, are you using this? Like, I feel like it's way more convenient to have it in the little squeezy bottle if it's not crystallized, because mine tends to do that because I live in the Midwest, I guess, and that's what it likes to do when it gets cold outside, is it crystallizes up on me. And while this container is cute and linkable, I just don't see it being more practical than the actual squeezy bottle. And then we've got some strawberry, I think this is coffee syrup. I mean, it doesn't actually say that it's coffee syrup. It just says strawberry sweetheart sugar-free syrup. Yes, very cute going into this little pump, of course, but it looks like, again, if you look at the last shot, there is still syrup pouring out of that thing, which means you're still storing that little bottle somewhere. What are you using this strawberry syrup for? Are we making like homemade soda? I guess people do that where they like do like homemade soda, or are you putting strawberry syrup in your coffee? I would like to see that in practical use, please, okay? And then we have a brand new heart, there's a little heart topper on this thingy, little glass container with more of the heart-shaped pasta. Apparently this is the staple that you must have, and I must have, apparently, for Valentine's Day. Apparently I've never been on television before.
And apparently, I've never been on live television before.
Sorry to say apparently so many times. And yeah, I do have sympathy for the scrub mommies. I think these are all scrub mommies. There's like little heart-shaped ones, but there's also regular shaped ones. And these function the exact same. As long as you are not throwing these out as soon as Valentine's Day is over, just because Valentine's Day is over, if you're gonna use all these, fine by me, whatever. Like if you wanna have cute little heart-shaped scrub mommies, go right ahead, you do you. Then we're just refilling some soap, okay? And the soap, totally reasonable. I have to refill my soap bottles. I have the small ones and I have like the big soft soap refiller thingamajiggers, and for my dish soap as well, I have small ones and big ones. Mine are not cute and aesthetic. That's fine. Not everyone has to be as practical as me, quote unquote. I'm not saying like I am the answer to these things. Like, shout out to my cousin who is also now a creator here on YouTube. Hi, cuz. Her house is way more aesthetic than mine. Way more. So I am not trying to be the aesthetic police. Like, she would probably do the refilling of the soap bottle or something like that. But I also, like, that's fine because I know she's gonna also like use up her stuff. I'm not that girl. I'm not that girl when it comes to the aesthetics, guys. Anyway. Out of the two, that one was a little bit more reasonable. I have a third and final TikTok for us to take a look at in today's video. Let's watch it together, shall we? So first of all, I don't know about anybody else, but I am like, at those like honey noises. We've got this red. I think it's just supposed to be regular honey, but it's dyed red just for kicks and giggles. But we are dumping this little bear into this other container that I feel like is not going to preserve the honey quite as well, but I could be wrong. But yeah, I mean, sure, cute. Why am I wanting cereal now? They're about to get me with this one, folks. Now, I'm not gonna grab one of these doodads because I'm not a hotel bed and breakfast, you know, when you stay and they've got like the free breakfast and you use the little, these things where you like screw it and it comes out. It's just so silly, but I do in fact want cereal now when I'm done filming. So perhaps consider me influenced. I'm not immune to the influencing. Okay, and then next we've got this cute little plastic container with these delicious looking red velvet cookies. And store-bought cupcakes that we've just pulled out of their already fine container, but now they're on display and cute. This is the soft soap that I use, not this flavor scent, but this is what I use to refill my soap containers also. However, I don't fill them so high that they intentionally spill over like that, because that's just annoying. But then we've got, you know, the nasty chalk little hearts. If you like these, I'm so sorry, but you're wrong for liking them because they taste like chalk. And then we're throwing in gummies on top, which I feel like just is like, yeah, of course, because like you want to maybe actually be able to grab and eat the gummies. Who wants to eat the chalk little conversation hearts? That's what they're called. And then of course we have to have another special juice container, which we're gonna put some ocean spray in. I have been loving some juice recently because I have to get through my raspberry leaf tea and I'm a baby. So I don't like tea and I like to mix it with juice like I'm a toddler, but yeah, that's what this kind of looks like. But of course we have the pour that's like unnecessarily high, in my opinion, once again. I'm sure we're storing that container somewhere in the unaesthetic fridge, of course. This one seems also less practical than the second one. I think in practicality wise, I'm going like second, maybe then this one and then the first one, because at least this one we're still doing soap and we're like the cereal to me, although it is ridiculous. If you have kids, then maybe it makes sense. But also, how are you having this aesthetic house and being a restock creator if you have kids? Like, how do you do that? How do you keep things all nice and shiny and organized? That's like kudos to you if you do have kids. But at the end of the day, yes, everyone's gonna probably say this. Duh, people can do what they want with their money, technically. However, I'm bringing awareness to this because it is the encouragement of us spending unnecessary amounts of money on frivolous things. And to me, I'm just like, you could be spending that money on charity or like, I don't know, helping somebody, gifting somebody something. I get it that it's a business because that's what these people do. They get really big doing these restocks and then it becomes a business and then, you know, they're getting their AdSense and then they can link everything in the bio because they are a walking billboard for Amazon or TikTok Shop. But it's still annoying to me. Like, I know that, but it's still annoying to me. As long as these restock influencers are going to keep it up, I'm going to keep reacting to it. So, like I said, subscribe if you'd like to see more of this type of content. And I will see you guys in my next one. Mwah! Bye.